always tracking. This is Next Weather.
Those who didn't make it to the beach got a chance to soak up a lot of rays today.
They're still there. And you know, on Sunday we get an extra hour of daylight, so I don't know when the curfew is going to work out, but it is going to be, you know, warm and humid, and we just have this internal thing in South Florida where when it gets to a certain temperature and a certain humidity level, we get to the beach somehow, and the pools are going to be, I think, busy this weekend. We got a nice breeze though off the water in a way, southeasterly winds. That's even going to go away, which is why we're 81, not 87 right now. Southeast at 14, we're gusting at 23. That feels good the way it is outside right now with humid conditions. The good thing is about the beach this weekend, we've had a lot of issues with rip currents. Not that it's impossible to get one, but the chances and the threat is much lower because our winds are now not onshore. They're out of the south and eventually southwest through the weekend with 1 foot breakers there. The water, you saw that, not quite glass, but pretty safe. Water temperature now at 80 degrees. So everything, you know, is coming together for our spring here. 81 degrees in Miami with temperatures today managing 85. We are supposed to be at 80 and 65. So both numbers there certainly warmer than typical. And that is going to be the case for the weekend. See that 90 there. A lot of days now. I'm going to show you this map and it'll show records at 90 or above as we're getting into that season. We're going to get close to it on Sunday. The models have backed off a little bit by a couple of degrees here. It's still going to be warm and humid. We may or may not get to the 89 on Sunday. That would tie the record high. 83 in the Homestead right now. You factor in the humidity and it still at this hour feels like the mid and upper 80s. These numbers will be replaced by 90s as I showed you by the time we get into Saturday and Sunday afternoon. There is the savior here coming up for us heading into late weekend. This nice little dive here on the roller coaster of humidity gets us into the comfortable range. That's a cold front that I'm tracking. It won't arrive until Sunday. Once it does, then behind it for next week, for Monday, we get into that drier and the temperatures will come back to average. So I'm not talking about really chilly stuff at all. Warm and humid, breezy Saturday. There's the front, and I'll show you what it does on Rain Tracker. It's just isolated showers. If we're going to have records, that's going to be the day I think we do it on Sunday afternoon. And this is just great stuff here coming up for early next week. We'll have temperatures in the upper 70s to around 80, and our humidity is going to be nice and comfortable. South wind, eventually a southwesterly wind. Here comes the front. Nothing doing on Saturday. Rain chances at 10% for the interior. That would be about it. And then just a broken line of showers as the front begins to approach. There it is over southwestern Florida, and then it moves in towards the end of the day. So I'll put a rain chance at around 20-30%, I think, for a Sunday afternoon. Small craft caution, despite the fact that the wind is out of the south, so that lowers the rip current threat. It's still going to be bumpy on the water because we're going to be dealing with some gusty winds. Overnight lows, balmy, mid-70s. Tomorrow, mid-80s. We go to Sunday, it's upper 80s, but you factor in the humidity Sunday, and these are the numbers. That's what it's going to feel like outside, so get ready for that as we talk about temperatures climbing up. So tomorrow, the forecast, rain chances, not an issue for us. And then on Sunday through the afternoon, I think coverage will be about 20-30%. And there's your extended forecast. Don't forget the clocks forward Saturday night. Much nicer for early next week.